it's been such a crazy week and things have definitely changed since I last filmed. I know I uploaded a Soul Sundays video last Sunday, but I actually filmed that before Valentine's Day and that was supposed to go up around Valentine's. So the last video I filmed was my update video on why I came home from uni early. All classes are online now anyway, even though like the uni itself hasn't closed. So bearing that in mind, I thought I would hop on here and just like push all my video ideas to one side for a second, because it kind of feels wrong to just continue on as if nothing was happening. Honestly, mindless entertainment is probably helping a lot of people through right now. It kind of felt wrong to just not address the situation at least. So I wanted to share a bunch of tips and stuff on how you can make the most of your time at home. So I thought I would just share a bunch of things that people can do to prevent boredom, but then also just to feel more calm and positive in themselves. And this isn't to disregard people's financial worries and people's grief and loss. There's a lot of tragic things going on at the moment, but I also think there's a lot of panic and fear, and so I just thought maybe this video could help some people out and help people feel a bit calmer and maybe a bit more settled, and just help people make the most out of a bad situation. So I kind of split these into categories, and then within the categories I have different things that you can do. I'm really coming through for you guys. So my first category is entertainment, because I feel like that's what a lot of people are wanting right now, and so I feel like the best way for me to entertain myself is to get creative. And I guess it kind of depends what you have around the house and what you like to do, but I used to love painting. I think it's so relaxing and it's such a good way to just get your mind off everything else and just like express how you're feeling. I honestly talk about this in every single one of my videos and I can't help myself. I love songwriting, and again, it's a great way of expression. I actually think anything creative is great expression, and it helps ease my anxiety and get things off my chest. I actually did upload a song that I wrote. If any of you guys haven't seen that and want to check it out, I'll have it linked up here so you can watch that after this video is done. You could write poems, short stories. You know, if you want to be ambitious, you can go ahead and plan out a novel. I always used to find it really fun just coming up with characters, and they never went anywhere and I never wrote them into any stories. I just would find it fun. Or maybe if you're into film or drama, you could write a screenplay or a script or just like something cool and creative. Use your time and use your energy and channel it into something. I also think if you have younger siblings, it can be really cool to get creative with them if you want to include family members in them and make it like a bonding thing. The second thing is to read. I love reading and I used to read so much as a kid, and that is basically how I entertain myself before social media was a thing. I'm always going to recommend reading books like The Power of Now, Return to Love, or even The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. If you're looking to read something more spiritual that actually helps with anxiety, those three books are my absolute favourite, and I'll probably end up rereading them in the next few months. But fiction wise, I absolutely love Eat, Pray, Love. Kind of has, I guess because it also has a spiritual message, and it really helped me through a breakup, and it's just like such a good like chick flick kind of book. And then also To Kill a Mockingbird is one of my favourites. It's such a classic. And then the next set of things, it comes under entertainment, but I kind of labeled these as nice distractions because they basically involve staring at a screen for several hours. So obviously there's Netflix, so I feel like I should just give you guys my recommendations for positive TV. So I recommend films like Eat, Pray, Love. Again, I love the book, I love the film. It has Julia Roberts in. Lady Bird, it also has Saoirse Ronan in and was directed by Greta Gerwig, just like Little Women. I think it's the first film that they collaborated on together, and honestly it's so good. And I love like your typical romantic comedy. Love Actually, Notting Hill. I love Dirty Dancing and When Harry Met Sally. There are loads that you will find on Netflix if you haven't seen those already, though I'm sure most people will have. The Secret is also on Netflix if you want to get a little bit spiritual. That always inspires and motivates me. My favourite series on Netflix is Sex Education. If you haven't seen it, it's so good. And the thing is, I am happy to rewatch Friends over and over again, so like that's how I'll be spending a lot of my time. And then I also wanted to give you guys my YouTube recommendations of people who I watch who I think are really positive influences, and they put me in a good mood and inspire me. So Best Dressed, she does loads of, well, she did loads of fashion videos. Her style is honestly so good, and the way she films her videos is so unique. I don't know, her storytelling through film is amazing, and she also talks about loads of really important things, but I'm sure most of you follow her anyway. Kaylin Nicholson, again, she always inspires me to be more productive, and also she's unreal at yoga, and it always makes me want to be more spiritual and practice yoga more and just get grounded. And as someone who also suffers from anxiety, watching her videos like really make me feel less alone. And she has a podcast. I I also like Grace Beverly. Started off as a fitness influencer, I guess. She'd now started her own business. I love how she embodies sustainability and veganism, and I tried her salted caramel protein powder the other week and it is unreal, and I can't get over the fact that it only has 5 ingredients. So I love her as well. I think she's so inspiring. If you're from the UK, you might know Unjaded Jade. She made a lot of study videos which got me through my A-levels, but then she also did a gap year and did loads of travel vlogs. I think she's just spent the last year at Minerva in San Francisco. So watching those videos is so interesting to me to see how they do uni. Eleanor Tabor, I think that's how you say her surname, and Where I Live. I love how sustainable she is, and again, great sense of style. Videos are filmed so well. Who else? Natalie Barbu, again, really inspiring, also has a podcast. Oh, I also recently found Kelly Stamps, and her videos are so funny and so entertaining, and they make me laugh, and I think she's really unique and original, which is refreshing. So then I was thinking about the kind of things that I'm going to be missing out on, and the first thing that came to mind was exercise. Now I obviously can't go to the gym anymore, and I know a lot of other people are in the same position. So at home workouts, I used to do these all the time anyway, and they're a lifesaver. If you have an exercise mat, great. If you have a carpet, great. Or if you have like a garden or a patio area that you can use, all of those are great options for exercising. All you have to do is type in like 10-minute at-home workout onto YouTube and loads of things come up. I'm seriously considering getting the Shreddy app, which is Grace Beverly's workout app, because I've seen that she has a lot of at-home workouts on there, and obviously it'll be good for when I can get back into the gym, so that might be a good option to check out. But to be honest, there are so many free ones online. And then other than at-home workouts, I'm going to be doing a lot of yoga. Again, it helps me de-stress, it helps me relax. I only ever use yoga with Adrienne. Her voice is so calming and she's so gentle, and she has so many videos now. It's like you can type in yoga for anxiety, yoga for back pain, anything you can possibly imagine, she has yoga for that, and a good way to stay active just at home. So obviously there's a massive focus on health right now, so as well as exercising, eating healthily is also really important. And I think also cooking is something that we take for granted. If anything good is to come out of this situation, we can just learn to really appreciate the process of cooking and making our own foods. Use it as a way of connection with your family, or a way to experiment with foods and leftovers that you have. It's so much better for the environment, and I think it's a great way to reduce waste. And I just think it's really fun coming up with creative new recipe ideas and seeing the things that you can do with leftovers whilst also nourishing your body and just staying healthy in general. Like you could decide with your family to cook something together, or just sit down and eat a meal together, or making a healthy snack, sitting down to watch a film. Get creative, try out new things that you've not tried before. And I know not everyone's access to the supermarkets are the same right now, so this will look different for everyone depending where you are in the world, but if you can, get creative with your food. And I feel like food is such a great bonding experience, and it's such like a communal thing that maybe we can learn to appreciate it more and value it more. Okay, sorry if the angle has changed. My car got full and I had to delete some footage. So my next category was just thinking about the mind and keeping the mind healthy and calm and happy. So obviously meditation. Currently I can maybe last about 5 minutes before I get super distracted. I try and aim for 15 minutes, and I think that is a 15 minutes really well spent to calm nerves or anxiety. Obviously I'm going to recommend meditation, and I think it's just a really good practice in general to be more mindful and aware of how you're feeling. Another thing you can do is journaling. I actually love journaling, and I could probably journal for hours. I think it's such a great way to just get everything off your chest without feeling like you're burdening anyone else, and also I think it's very unfiltered. There's nobody there to judge you, and again it's another great way to really stay in tune with yourself and how you're feeling, and just like a generally productive and healthy thing to do. Obviously talk to your family and friends, but maybe find some like fun family games that you guys can do together and get to know different sides of your family members. Because I mean, if you're all self-quarantined, you're going to be spending a lot of time together, so you might as well make it as positive an experience as you can. Having said that, you might also be spending a lot of time together, and I get that sometimes you need a break from that, so call your friends and call family members that you don't live with. Make sure you're staying in touch, make sure you're sending the love and support and letting people know that they're not alone. In general, when people are feeling down or nervous or anxious, just knowing that there's someone there to listen is a great feeling, and I like knowing that I could maybe spread a bit of love and positivity to other people, and that they do the same for me when I need it. But also you can just FaceTime them and watch Friends together at the same time, or watch a film together at the same time, or chat about things that are completely unrelated to the news and just have a laugh. I know times are difficult, and I know there are so many people who will be affected really badly by the virus, but if you can, just try and bring positivity to every conversation that you can, and do whatever it is that you can to keep your mental health happy. Because I genuinely think when everyone is being positive and sharing and communicating and making the most of their time together, that's when we become our best selves, and that's when we can help other people in the way that they need us to most. Also spend time with your pets. Obviously they can sit, lie down, on shake, like the basic stuff, but we're gonna try and teach them different tricks, even though they're probably a bit old now, but like, we can try. I feel like it's a really good way to bond with your pet and show them the love that they deserve. And also, again, it's really good for calming anxiety, and it just helps you stay in the present. And then also tying in with the whole mind theme is get educated. Obviously, if you're like me and you're at school or uni, I'm gonna assume you still have work to do. Personally, I'm struggling to concentrate on anything right now. Hence why I'm making this video, because I feel like I'm doing a lot of these things to try and help stay calm and happy. If you're like me and you have assignments and reading and stuff to still be doing, it is a good way to spend your time, obviously, because it's productive. It can be a good way to distract yourself and absorb yourself in something else. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my degree is adding a lot of extra stress, but hopefully that's not everybody. And if it is, then I feel like everything else I've already spoke about can be a good way to break up the work that you have to do. Podcasts, I freaking love podcasts. I used to listen to them on any commute that I ever had to do ever. Obviously, I'm not commuting anymore, but I still feel like it's a great way to wake up. And I feel like they're a great alternative if you're not into reading. My favorite podcast ever is Inspire Nation, but I also like Emma Mumford's. I love Oprah's podcast. I also think Audible is a good substitute for books, again, if you don't like reading. And also, it's just a great time to learn new skills. Like, if you have an instrument lying around the house that you've not picked up, have a go and see what you can do. There are so many tutorials on YouTube. I left my acoustic guitar at uni, and I think I'm just slowly accepting that I'm not gonna see her again for a while. It could make me really sad if I thought about it, but I am fortunate enough to also have an electric guitar, so it's not like I'm deprived. And just to be at home in general and not stuck in London on my own, so I honestly can't complain. I also have my keyboard, which again, I'm not great at the keyboard, so I definitely want to use the time to improve at those. And I also do singing exercises every day. But if there's something that you'd love to learn about, go ahead and learn about it. I honestly might end up watching crash course videos on YouTube just about anything really, so just stay curious. And the internet is a great thing. Honestly, thank God that we have the internet, especially in times like this. Like, the internet is the reason that we're still so connected. So that is it for today's video. I hope this was helpful to you guys in some ways. Obviously, I hope you guys are staying safe. Please wash your hands, please check up on your family and friends. And I know this will be really difficult for people already struggling with mental health issues and people going through grief, so just try and be kind and spread positivity where you can. It will be over eventually, and obviously we don't know what the full consequences of this will be, but all we can do is just, I don't know, again, just stay as positive as possible and make the most of our time at home. If you have any other ideas that you want to share with other people, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, I'm so grateful for you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.